welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about why I decided to plant this young hedge along one side of my garden. It's not very large, it's maybe about 5 meters long, and I picked a variety of mixed native hedging after quite a bit of research. I became really interested in the idea of creating a wildlife haven in my garden, and I watched many videos and listened to podcasts, and a lot of them said planting some form of native hedging will benefit the wildlife and bring it to your garden. So in November I ordered some bare root plants. This first one here is the common alder. It's got beautiful leaves and it has nitrogen fixing roots. It's really good for the soil, and it supports a variety of moth larvae, and they get eaten by birds, so it's part of the food cycle, food chain. Next to that we have a willow with its long spear-shaped leaves, narrow, long, slender leaves. It will provide early pollen and nectar as a source for bees, caterpillars, and provide food and shelter as well once it's grown a bit more. And next to the willow we have a rowan, which has put on loads of growth. It's looking fabulous, and the rowan will in a couple of years have berries. It's too young at the moment, it didn't flower this spring, but hopefully in the next year or two it will provide the berries to attract the birds, and the flowers in spring will provide nectar for pollinators, and it's also a host plant to caterpillars. Next to the rowan we have the viburnum lantana. It has really soft, downy feeling leaves. It's very dense. As you can see, it's a lot shorter than all the other plants, and it also will provide berries for birds, and it will have flowers to attract the pollinators, and it will be dense with its leaves. Next to the lantana we have a hornbeam, which has very serrated leaves and edges. It has put on a lot of growth since I planted it in November. Its seeds will be eaten by birds and small mammals, and it will also provide dense foliage in time when it's mature. Next to the hornbeam we have an Amelanchier. Now, my Amelanchier is not looking all that healthy. If you see the leaves here, and it's got yellowing, and I'm not sure what's causing that. I don't know if it's pests or it's needing water or nitrogen or some kind of imbalance. If you know, please leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. I want to help it out. The Amelanchier will have early flowers, which will be a good nectar source, and its berries will get eaten by birds, and its leaves will feed different caterpillars, of moths and butterflies. Behind that we have a willow herb. I think they're so pretty, and they've been full of bees. Next to the Amelanchier we have a hawthorn. Now the hawthorn, I actually have planted a hawthorn hedge in my front garden at the same time, a complete wall of it. I have read that it benefits over 300 species of insects, which is incredible, and it will produce beautiful white flowers, which are really rich in nectar to attract the pollinators, and it will have haws which will get eaten by the birds and the mammals. And it will have dense branches which will be good to provide nesting sites for birds. So as you can see, it's much shorter and much denser, similar to the lantana compared to the other ones, which are much taller at the moment after just being planted in November. Next to the hawthorn we have a hazel, which has big leaves, beautiful patterns on them, and the hazel will have nuts, which will be a food source, and it produces catkins, which will provide early pollen for different insects, and it also supports moth larvae, and it will be good for wildlife cover. Look at those beautiful leaves. Next to the hazel we have a field maple, which is gorgeous leaves. This is the only native maple, I think, in the UK, Europe. I have to fact check that one. Beautiful leaves. It provides flowers which will produce nectar for insects, and the seeds will get eaten by birds and small mammals. And it's a host for various moth caterpillars, which is really exciting. Now, a lot of the videos I watched were more based in England, and I know they get a lot more variety of moths and butterflies than up here in the Highlands in Scotland. But here's hoping it will really benefit my garden and the wildlife around this area. Next to the field maple we have a spindle. Now, spindles will produce bright pink berries which will attract birds. Look, there's a lovely ladybug on the spindle. This is what it's all about. That's why I love planting all these plants to benefit the insects. And its flowers will attract pollinators, and it will offer protection to small mammals once it's developed a bit more. And it's entwined with a willow herb. But look at that ladybug. Oh, there we go. Lovely. So yeah, very excited to see the berries on this one. Might be a wee while, but very exciting. And next to that I planted a guleder rose. Which is already producing berries. It's getting a lovely colour, leaves. Its berries will get eaten by birds, and its flowers will attract pollinators. This did flower earlier on, so that's why the berries are here. And it will provide a dense shrub in time, which will be great for mammals, small mammals. Next to it I have a buddleia. This is, I think, 2 years old. This is not part of the native hedge, but it was there already when I planted it a while ago. And next to that we have a viburnum tinus, which is an evergreen shrub, which also will provide cover. And it has berries, not this time of year though. At the back of the garden, I named Phoebe. I put in some dogwood hedging as well, which is also very beneficial to wildlife. So I'm excited for these to develop. I've got lots of dogwoods in the front garden as well, and dotted around my borders. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any advice on how I can benefit my small native hedge, let me know. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.